My therapy session the other day. We've been doing Zoom, and she was like, "Wait, I'm sorry, you're frozen." And I was like, I know, I can't. It's just something in here." And then she said I can't hear you. I can't see or hear you. And I was like, mm, that's why I'm in therapy. Then I realized it's just the phone.
Where's it all leading?
He'll say things sometimes that are just like they're so brutal. I mean, brutal. All brutal it means is true. It's brutal. It's brutal to people because that tells you how far from the truth we're existing. Like the truth shouldn't be brutal. It should just be almost like, oh, that feels good. But it's brutal. It's like a knifing or something. So one of the things he said, he's a fairly acclaimed documentary maker. He made a film called Stoned Reader, and it was about he is like a massive. Is there a word for someone that like reads just?
Bibliophile?
Is that what that's called?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so.
There's just stacks of books, and he reads them, like reads those books. He rediscovered a book that he came out when he was like 18 or 19 or 22, something like that. And he read like the first couple of pages, and he was like, I don't think, he put it down. And he didn't even think about the book until like 25 years later, when he was married, and they were like, may have been getting a divorce, or they were moving into a different house, but he was like unloading boxes, and he's like, oh yeah, I remember getting this book. So he's the kind of person that'll just like start reading there, sitting like with the boxes, and he was like reading. He wound up like not only reading the entire book, probably within 3 days. And it was like that big.
God.
And the book is called The Stones of Summer. He was like, I think that's the best book I ever read in my life. And he, of course, wanted to find out about this guy. Did he make it? Did he write another book? Couldn't find anything about him. No other books. Hard to find those copies. Out of print. So he's a documentary filmmaker. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go look. I gotta find him. I'm gonna find this guy. Ask him like, what happened, and what made you write this book, and where did you go? So, and he had a film crew, and it's a very relaxing documentary. It's so relaxing. I watched it on the hardest day of my life, the lowest point I ever was at. It was really bad. It was like two things that were really bad happening at the same time. And I was freaking out a little bit, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And I like put that documentary on because it's just older people talking about books. It was so relaxing.
It's very like PBS.
It is. It is. It's nothing like a PBS. The naps. It's like when golf is
I
on.
was about to say, like, you're watching the Masters.
Yeah, there's nothing better than sleeping on the couch with the golf in the background. It's amazing. Oh,
I like when people like lightly applaud me for sleeping. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Oh, you feel like they're applauding you while you're sleeping?
Thank you so much. I am doing a great job.
Not only was that a hole in one, but check Erica Wilkes out like the other
Good
night.
napper.
Yeah, out cold.
Drooling on that pillow.
Yeah, I know that is.
It's a good nap though when you're straight up in your own slobber.
There's a great episode of Mad Men. Did you watch Mad Men? I love when the someone goes to like a floor of like the department, uh, department store or whatever, and it's like the floor where like it's just Deadsville up there, like it's not many people go up there, and I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is, but they show this woman that works there and is just like passed out on the couch. But the thing that I love, the detail, is that when she hears the elevator door open, she's got to get her shit together, like and she just goes like, she wipes her mouth. That's the realness. I love that. That's what you do because everybody's got the drill. So anyway, his name is Mark Moskowitz, this guy that made that makes these documentaries. But the brutal things, that he says sometimes because people just don't say these things is like he hasn't been, he doesn't make them as much, or he's a, and I said, how come? And he said, because it's all bullshit. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you're just you're custom making something to fit, the narrative that you're putting together. If you want to make it look, be like, he didn't say this, but it'd be like, if you want to make it look like Yoko broke the Beatles up, you can cut it that way.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make it look like she had nothing to do with anything and she was just John Lennon's girlfriend, you can cut it that way. You can like manipulate it. So it was that, and I think he said also, this was the part that was brutal because it's like no one talks about it, but it's like such a thing that everybody loves. Um, when music comes on in a movie, it does really affect you. But music doesn't come on in real life.
Mm.
So it's a little odd that we are all cool with that. That nobody goes, well, I don't know where that music's coming from. So anyway, part of why he lost his interest in either making them or watching them was just, he's like, and he was serious. He was like, it's bullshit. You put the right music with the right edit, and it was kind of depressing, but I also liked hearing that somebody say that out loud. People don't normally say those things out loud.
That's interesting to me because in a real life situation, there are so many different versions of the story going on in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So within the story of like Yoko and the Beatles breaking up, I mean, I'm sure within that actual real life tale, based on the moment, the state of consciousness, the weather that day.
And how each Beatle was feeling. They may have been like...
Exactly. Like you were talking about a completely different lens through which you're seeing those people like play out the story.
Yeah.
So I guess with like something like a documentary where he's saying like how it's like it is like kind of like this like I almost like you play God in a way where you're like I have the final say on like how this story is perceived.
It is. It's very godlike.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like there was a million ways for it that it was being perceived and that it always will be.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can make new... it's like the Mexican... I always use as an example like the menu at a Mexican restaurant. It's like they have 4 ingredients. They're just scrambling them up and calling them something different.
Mm-hmm.
Just cheese, meat, tortillas, and hot sauce.
Well, it's kind of like cuisine in general. Like, depending on where you're at in the world, it's always like meat, vegetables, carbohydrates with a sauce that is like made from what is of that region typically. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like what spices naturally grow, what peppers or,
Oh, that's true. Like we all have the same ingredients.
Yeah, like there's like everybody has a version of a sandwich. Everybody has their version of pasta.
Mm-hmm. What did I don't know if I asked if I brought this up on the last episode, but what the hell do Chinese people eat for breakfast?
I'm not sure. I've never been to China.
Yeah. I'm not going.
No?
I can't fly it for that long. I'd freak out. I can't. I have a problem flying to Boston.
Really?
Yeah, it's a problem.
Have you always had a fear of flying?
It always feels, and I do it. So, the difference between a fear and a phobia is you don't do it. Mm. Fear is like, it sucks, freaks me out, I'm going to go do it. Phobia is like, oh, yeah, they don't fly. They have a phobia.
Yeah.
It always feels like, no, they're not sure.
Oh, like the airline?
Everything feels...
Everybody?
Nothing feels like it's sure of itself. It's never sure. It's just not that sure. It's like shaky. You don't know when it's going to be shaky. Sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like you see the plans for here we go, we're going to bring out the food. They abort the plan because this happened and they have to go back. It just seems unusually uncertain for something that's known to be so safe. I don't understand. It's my least favorite thing in the world.
Okay, so I watched this video the other day, and this is something super fun to think about.
Don't make me get in focus and all the way there, because I can do it.
Okay, but seriously, I'm like, next time you have a long flight, maybe try thinking about it this way.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so if all of I'm sure you have heard the simulation theory about how we are just like projecting screens all around us, and like we are just... So basically,
I have not heard. What is that?
You've never heard the simulation theory that like we're living in a simulation, that this is like a video game, that like this is not like localized information. This is code that basically, like, hold on, let me back up.
No, I would remember if I heard that.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Scott.
You mean the whole picture, the whole like you're talking about like existence itself? Oh.
Like, because we're just, I mean, at our basis, we're just light, we're energy, we're electrons.
Yes.
And how we are like perceiving, like for instance, okay, so our eyes themselves are not, we're not seeing. I'm not seeing you right here.
Okay.
I am seeing light. I am seeing fractals of light. And my mind is interpreting that information
as me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that my mind is interpreting that information and projecting this existence. Like, all of this is my mind interpreting, because I could, like, someone could be sitting next to me and be seeing something very different than me.
I know, it's crazy and you'll never know.
I mean, and honestly, they are. That's kind of like back to the story thing we were just talking about how, like, there were a million interpretations of that story based on all those different factors going on and who you think. I mean, it's like, even too, you think of someone who's like colorblind, like they're literally observing colors different. Does that mean the colors are different?
I know. I think of that because I'm colorblind, but it's like, I don't know if I'm colorblind. I think maybe I just don't know what it's called.
Yeah, or like you see your own version.
Yeah.
And I think we're kind of all doing that on some level. And like you talk about like neurodivergence, which we both are, neurodivergent. And it's like, why is normal thinking, like, it's just a spectrum. Like, we all are just very different. We're all energetic beings, like, made up of different fractals of light, of different strengths and resonances.
Yeah.
So simulation theory is like, this is all a simulation. And it is this idea that there is one thing, person, it's, there is one consciousness, and that we're
all like chewing on the same piece of consciousness.
Well, like, we're the same. Like, we're all one. So like we're sitting here in these avatars, playing this video game, kind of deprogrammed from knowing that we are in a video game, because otherwise there would be no stakes and the game wouldn't be fun.
Right.
And we are learning about ourselves through these, trials and tribulations,
like
and great
examples.
Mysteries of life, and archetypes of life, in order to learn more about ourselves and like
we all got information growing up on what we are, and so we act like that.
Or even go back farther, like your soul before it reincarnated as Scot Sachs, this version right here, it chose these life lessons. It chose some of these traits, and like your parents and how you grew up, and like there's free will and choices within that. I mean, there's so many different levels to this, but I don't know. I think something that helps me understand this is, like, I think about us all as mirrors, and like consciousness being one giant mirror, how this all began, and it literally throwing itself on the floor and breaking it into a gazillion pieces. And we are all of those pieces walking around, reflecting back to one another. Like, I see a part of you you can't see. Like,
yes.
And we are learning and growing, and like this hot mess of learning, though, that we are all one.
It's like we're this huge body that's in the middle of a surgical procedure. This person is putting this back in place because that's what they see that doesn't looks like it's missing, and then it's like we're all piecing a puzzle back together. Wait, how was that to do with flying?
Okay, so how does it flying is like, so that this is all a projection. So if we're taking in this light and we are projecting back out this reality, then some people think that it's not even that. So changing locations isn't something you actually need to do physically. It's something you can just do with your mind.
It's like that Beatles song, without going out of my door, I can see, George Harrison. Yeah.
They were actually talking about simulation theory in that song.
I guess so.
So when you're flying, it's like basically it's like render time. So if you're going to like a culture that's so like if you're going to China and that's a what, like a 23-hour flight or some shit. Why it takes so long to get there is not that you're actually like flying through the sky in space and time. You are rendering on this screen an entirely new experience
Oh,
that
wow.
takes
It
a
takes a
long
while
time
to
to
load up.
download.
Yeah.
New people, new language, new culture,
Oh
new
my
food,
God. That
new
totally
landscape.
makes sense.
So I was like, next time you fly, just to be like, I'm not even moving right now.
I'm just waiting for the
rendering.
download. Yeah. That's pretty great.
I'm just gonna watch like 12 episodes of blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And
that's how they.
wait for the movie to render.
Oh my God. They like, what if this would be a good movie where like the airplanes, we find out at some point they never leave the ground.
Yeah.
We go in them and it's all a simulation.
Just like clouds moving by.
Yeah, and somebody's like shaking it, so that's freaky deaky.
Another one that I saw the other day that like lends to this is someone took like they took a bowl of water and 2 cups. They poured the bowl of water into each cup and said, okay, like once again, like the water is all of us, every living being. And you pour them into these cups, and these are the avatars. This is Scott, this is Erica, this is, all your wife, your kids, everybody.
Yeah.
And then they took food coloring and they put red in one. It was like this person lives from a place of fear. They put black in another, and they said this person, like lives like very angry or like in a depression, and like all these different colors, XYZ. And then they took like a hose and started pouring water into the cups, and they started overflowing and running clear. And they're like, this is what like meditation, breath work, exercise, like creativity, like keeping your channel clean does, but you can run without all these external emotions. But it's kind of the same. It's like bringing us back to that like place of like pure authenticity and like source energy. So I don't know. That's not exactly simulation.
I
but
think
it kind
about
of is
that.
the consciousness
I
thing.
had like a thought of just like, if people have resentments from other people, whether it's family or friends or spouses, they took the best years of my life, and or they cheated on me, or I was, they just have old wounds and stuff. And as sort of an experiment, just in my brain, just for a little bit of time, so I could experience it, I was thinking about it was like my parents, and I have a lot of old stuff that is definitely, like I decided to see them in my head with subtracting everything I know. It was really nice. Like subtracting everything that I know or that I feel cheated on in life by, or angry, for my dad going on the night, and was he cheating on my mom? I don't know. And that she was, and why did she have those outbursts in front of me? And I was just a little kid. All this stuff. So when I see them, well, I don't see my dad anymore. He's gone. But when I don't see, and it's always frustrating when it's somebody that presents themselves in a very nice way, because no one sees what you see because they don't have that experience. So they'll be like, oh my God, your mom is so nice. I love her. She's so funny. And that makes you want to strangle the entire universe. But they're not wrong. They're seeing actually, I don't know if who you are is what your actions are. Because, and this has like been the oldest thing. This is always tough for my brother and I. If somebody is like messed up, does messed up things to you, and is just a messed up person, but if they were an abused child and they got messed up by somebody, are they innocent of their doings because they've, you know what I mean? Like,
Hurt people hurting people.
yeah, like, do you, because sometimes it'd be like, oh, be empathetic about it. Like, it's like, I don't know, I'll bring it back to the Beatles again because it's such an easy thing it's just, there's so many things I love about the Beatles, but I just love it. It's 4 guys and 4 very different guys. They all look the same-ish, with the haircuts, but really different. I just find it all interesting. So people in their 20s are on TikTok and they'll just like, yeah, I heard he abused Yoko or something or whatever. Or he left Julian in the lurch, he just toured with the Beatles and just like didn't even, wouldn't even visit him or anything. And I think to myself, well, first of all, shut the fuck up. Second of all, his mom died when his mom gave him to her sister because she couldn't handle the mom thing. So his aunt raised him. And then his mom came back and said, all right, I think I'm ready now. I want him back. And then like 2 weeks later, she was hit and killed by a drunk police officer in a car. All the while, the father split the scene from day one. This is an emotionally abused child, to say the least. Then he miraculously has an enormous amount of talent that's just unfathomable, and meets another person that has an enormous amount of talent that's unfathomable, that's lived like a mile away. And then they become the biggest band of all time. And somebody in their 20s is looking at TikTok now going, yeah, I heard it even play. First of all, he had a lot of bad stuff in here he was dealing with, and he didn't get to deal with it until a decade later when they broke up. He was thrown into this world that I'm sure the last thing he expected his life to be was that. And, they're just picking up, picking through the bones now, digging through the bones. Um, and, but, so he's in the Beatles. He doesn't have, how's he going to go visit Julian? He's on fucking tour. So somebody can go, well, maybe it would have been good if he was there. It's like, you can't. This was unprecedented in the universe and whatever. But, can you judge somebody? Is a person innocent? If they're doing let's say they're doing guilty things, bad things, but it doesn't seem in their makeup to be that way. They're such, especially like someone like John Lennon, all you need is love, 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 and then you're like, well, where was the love? And then where was it? But if your experience, your upbringing affects you and how you act, are you innocent, guilty? Do you feel sorry for them or angry at them?
I think you feel all those things, and I think they are all those things. I think we are all innocent and guilty. I think we are all, like, all of us contain. And that's why we get so triggered and affected by these stories, and why this guy is like, why the fuck couldn't he, take care of Julian? Is because he is seeing in himself abandonment. He is seeing in himself probably the ability to abandon, and it triggers something in him. I mean, it's the same reason why, some dudes get freaked out about, or by why some people are so offended by homosexuality, because they can see it in themselves.
Yeah, they see that it's what's,
and
they have the ability to do it.
We have stigmatized it to where it is something bad. So it's just like, we are all things all at once, and we are all one, and then we've been set in this like society game, whatever, where there are all these rules and lenses and cultures that have assigned all this meaning to the fact, to try to interpret that at the base of it all, we're just fucking energy. We are actually just love. And that is what John Lennon was singing. And stating, like, we are just love, and like at our pure essence, but we have all of these. And within all of that, we wouldn't be able to, like, we're here in these flesh sacks to feel. Like, that is why. And we couldn't feel this range of emotions and like this range without having assigned this meaning to make the stakes high.
Right, so that's like, true. You mean like the stakes high as far as like you have just so much time on Earth and...
Yeah, or just the stakes high, as in like we had to develop these complex games and these complex ways of seeing, so we could pit each other against each other, so we could have conflict.
Oh, something to do.
Absolutely,
we needed something to do.
And a way to learn, to learn about what consciousness is capable of. And I think that's what, like, we're in a cool time right now, because we have really unveiled, like, the darkest of dark. Like, we have seen how dark it can get.
It's so funny, because you'll see something from 30 years ago, and they're like, oh, these are very tough, dark times. It's like, you have no idea. You have no idea. You are in a beautiful floral arrangement at a kid's birthday party right now. Hopefully, we're furthest. Hopefully there's not much more.
I think that I'm sure there will be more that reveal, but man, there is a huge shift towards, like, we've explored the darkness so
Right.
much.
Yeah,
Like,
we've
it's
got
not much more, and people are shifting away from this, like,
right. Even the
one, we're realizing, like, okay, like, there's literally energy all around us all the time. Why are we paying for energy? Like, it can
yeah.
be harnessed from the air. Like, they're learning how to, like, harness energy from plasma. Like, there's just, we're on the, like, brink where technology is going to meet love.
Yeah.
You know, it has to. There's only one, like, where are we going to go? Just self-destruct?
I know. There's a lot more. There's many more roads to travel on the path of love than there are
Yeah.
of hate.
Yeah.
Hate's a fucking dead end road.
It's a miserable road,
Yeah.
too. We're
Yeah.
here to, like, I just think that a time of, like, ease and joy is coming.
Yeah.
Like, I truly do.
Right. I want to be around for it too.
Me too.
Yeah. I want to. And I want to stay relatively thin for it too. I just want
Yeah.
to look good when it's here.
I want to be able to experience it fully, just like frolic through it, very spryly.
Really do.
Same.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. We'll
Um,
see.
should we you said structure. Is there something we could do in this part where we can say well, we should say welcome to Where's It All Leadin'?
Oh yeah. Welcome,
To Where's It All Leadin' with your hosts
Erica.
and Scott,
I'm Erica.
and I'm still Scott, and our last name is Wilkes, and my last name is Sachs. And these trees are
Definitely real.
they are the supporting cast. They are actually real. I took them from when the ice storm knocked all the
nice.
trees down. And I was like, how am I going to keep the canvas thing up there? So maybe that's what trees are for, keep the sky up. That's the kind of off the hip poetry, deep thinking you can expect from podcasts such as these. Well, cool. That's our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if no one listens to a podcast, did it happen?
No.
Okay. So I don't even need to put SD cards in or batteries. Be like,
No.
that
None of this is real.
that would be
Anyway,
the really
Scott.
sad thing. The
This is,
person.
this is we're making a movie within a movie.
Yes. Oh,
A
yes.
podcast within a podcast.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Okay. Bye. Where's it all leading?